Here are the top 10 biggest nuclear disasters in history, listed in order of their impact and severity. First up, the Chernobyl disaster of 1986 in Ukraine, then part of the Soviet Union. This catastrophic event is considered the worst nuclear disaster in history. It occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant when a reactor exploded, releasing large quantities of radioactive particles into the atmosphere. The explosion led to the evacuation of over 100,000 people and long-term health effects, including cancer and birth defects, affecting millions. Next, the Fukushima Daiichi disaster of 2011 in Japan. This disaster was triggered by a massive earthquake and tsunami, leading to meltdowns at 3 reactors and releasing significant amounts of radioactive materials into the environment. This disaster led to widespread evacuations and long-term environmental contamination. Lastly, the Kyshtym disaster of 1957 in Russia, again under the Soviet Union at that time. Occurring at the Mayak Production Association, a major nuclear facility, this disaster resulted from an explosion in a waste storage tank. It released a large amount of radioactive material, causing widespread contamination and the evacuation of thousands of people. In 1957, the Windscale fire marked a critical moment in nuclear history. At the Windscale nuclear reactor, now known as Sellafield, a fire erupted, releasing significant radioactive contamination into the surrounding area. This incident is recorded as one of the worst nuclear accidents in British history. In 1979, the 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station in Pennsylvania was the site of a partial meltdown. Although the release of radioactive gases was minimal, this event profoundly impacted public perception of nuclear power across the United States, stirring widespread debate and fear. The year 1961 witnessed the first fatal nuclear reactor accident in the United States at the Stationary Low-Power Reactor No. 1, known as SL-1, in Idaho. A catastrophic steam explosion and meltdown occurred, tragically resulting in the deaths of 3 operators. This event underscored the potential dangers inherent in nuclear power operations. The Goiania accident in 1987 in Brazil was a tragic event that involved the accidental release of radioactive cesium-137 from an abandoned medical device. This mishap caused severe radiation injuries to several individuals and led to the contamination of large areas of Goiania. In 1991, the Monju fast breeder reactor in Fukui Prefecture, Japan, experienced a significant setback when a sodium leak led to a subsequent fire. Thankfully, there were no immediate injuries reported. However, the reactor was shut down for many years, severely impacting Japan's nuclear program. The Tokaimura nuclear accident in 1999 was a criticality accident at a nuclear fuel reprocessing plant. This tragic event resulted in the deaths of 2 workers and exposed hundreds of people to radiation. It also highlighted severe safety lapses in the facility's operations, raising serious concerns about nuclear safety standards. The Saint-Laurent nuclear power plant in France was the site of 2 significant incidents, one in 1969 and another in 1980. Both incidents involved partial meltdowns. Fortunately, there were no immediate fatalities, but these accidents did raise concerns about the overall nuclear safety in France. These disasters highlight the potential dangers associated with nuclear power and underscore the importance of stringent safety measures and regulations in the industry. It is crucial that these lessons guide future operations to prevent similar incidents.